my fellow alchemists, I am back once again with one of my favorite people in the world, my homegirl Teke from Teke's Street Corner, owner of Teke's Street Corner. How are you today?
I am good.
That's good. So we're gonna get right into it because she got some treats. Y'all about to see me try some of these because I've known her for a while. I've been eating her food for a while and I love it. So if I pig out, just disregard. Okay? Thank you. So when did you realize you first loved cooking?
Probably when I was about 10 or 12. Because I have 4 brothers, so I always had to cook. But I didn't really get into cooking treats until maybe 5 or 6 years ago. And I started to let people sample them and try them. And that's when I realized, I like doing this. So
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. All right. So what made you turn it? Well, actually, before I even get into that part, when did you realize that you could make this into a business?
The beginning of the pandemic. When everybody couldn't work or stop working, I used it as an opportunity to learn how to, perfect on my hobby,
Nice.
or just work at it and, maybe turn it into a business. That was the time, it was like, oh, well, you can't go to work or you're stuck in a house. Think of other ways to supplement your income, and doing treats and offering different crafts was one way, to do that. So I used that opportunity.
That's dope.
Yeah.
That's dope. Cause it's I've been telling people the pandemic either made you better in like business and life, or it just made you straight up crazy.
Yes.
Like
yes.
I had a little bit of both. I was going one way and I said, oh no, okay.
Yes.
Get back on track. Let's make the best of ourselves here, because we So yeah, I definitely understand that, because this pandemic has brought out some of the best. And then also it's made me realize like a lot of these 9 to 5s is not gonna work for me.
It's not.
It's just not sustainable. I don't like being treated as a number or just
and
replaceable.
That's exactly what we are.
Yeah.
Being an assistant manager, I see the other end of it. If somebody quits, or how they see us as just disposable. And that was another reason why I said, you know what? I think I want to branch off. I'm still doing, management, but branching off, and I'm going to make my business my job, and my 9 to 5 is going to be my hustle.
Okay.
I said you just got to work at it and, perfect it. And that's where I'm at.
That's what's up.
Yeah.
I like that. So speaking of, how is it juggling motherhood, being a wife, and having a 9 to 5 and your own business?
It is hard. It is very hard. And that is no lie. It is very hard. And you have to be able to find a balance. And if you don't find that balance, or that, that time for yourself,
yes,
you will buckle. You have to allocate time for everything, And sometimes it's okay to take a day off from the business, or, you have to make time for your family. You have to make time for work, but most importantly, you have to make time for yourself. Because if you don't, then how are you going to be able to operate that business, or how are you going to be able to be a wife, a mother, or, be able to just properly run everything or help anybody if you are not right yourself.
Yes.
You just got to self-care.
Yes.
Otherwise, you are going to crash, and that business is not going to stay afloat, and the house is going to be in chaos.
That's facts.
Yes.
Because one of my issues has been discipline and consistency. Oh my goodness, the lack of consistency. Even with like this YouTube thing, I have taken breaks. I at one point I was like, I'm gonna upload 5 days a week, and then I was going hard for a few weeks, and I'm like, this is exhausting. I cannot do this. And my mental health was not okay. And I'm like, alrighty then, this is a lot. And then I was still working full time then. So I'm like, yeah, no, this is not for me. And then I reeled it back to twice a week. And then I'm like, this still is a little too much, because not only do you have to come up with the subjects and then kind of get it together, and a lot of those videos, that was before I started interviewing, so it was all me.
Yes.
And then I get long-winded because the topics I'm on, and then it's like having to edit. I was just so over it. I didn't even edit most of my old videos, like barely any of them. I just started editing this year. So
but they were good.
Thank you.
Yes, yes.
But like looking back on them now, I'm like, I definitely should have edited those, or I should have like made it more straight to the point, because we're at a point where our attention spans are shorter anyway.
Absolutely.
So I'm like, not too many people, unless I turn it into like audio form for a podcast, not too many people are gonna watch a whole 40-minute, hour-long video of just me.
Yes.
Like, so I started restructuring and rebranding and whatnot, but it's just been a lot. But that self-care and that self-discipline, I keep telling people self-discipline is freedom.
Absolutely.
Like,
it is.
Once you allot time, and like, so when somebody hits you with, oh, can you do that? No, I'm busy.
That's right.
Like,
and don't feel bad about saying no.
Yes.
That's with anybody. With the customer, all customers are not going to be your customers.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody is not your customer. Mm-hmm. You have to find that target market, those customers, and you have to cater to them. Mm-hmm. Yes, you want, every customer, but not every customer is going to be for you. And you're not going to be for every customer, So you have to be okay with that. But yes, you have self-care. And it's okay to stop. It's okay to stop and start back up.
Yes.
You have to.
Yes.
You just got to. But you got to be consistent. You have to be consistent. If you fall off, get back on. That's been my thing from this, Just get back on the bandwagon. It's okay to fall off. Just get back on.
Yes.
So, yeah.
I feel like there are, because social media highlights the best in people, everybody feels like, I gotta do this once. I got one shot. I gotta do it the best. I can't fail. I can't do this. I gotta have it right. No, literally starting a business is like just setting yourself up for failure, multiple failures. Yes. And then you just build it up to learn. Like,
yes, absolutely.
Like,
Yep. You're going to fail several times. You're going to give up. You're going to quit daily, weekly, but you got to just get back in it, Yes. It's going to be a lot of ups and downs.
Yes.
But it's not something that's, I'm just doing this just for a quick fix or a couple dollars. You have to have a passion for it, and you got to want to do it,
Yes.
So
it's that passion, and that your why is going to build that resiliency. Yes. I cannot stress that enough. Like, because if you don't have a real reason why you're doing this, you're just going to be like, for what? I can go work at a plant and make some good money. And that's that. But this is like when you have something that you're making a difference for somebody and yourself, most importantly, that's going to be your driver right there.
Absolutely.
So, when did you expand into crafts?
I started a while back, and maybe a couple years ago. And it was just doing little stuff for myself, spray painting something and making something for the house and things like that. And then during the pandemic, you got this time, and you learn and watch YouTube videos, or you join different groups, or you just get with other people and you just try new things. Dollar store is the best place, and get you a couple things and just learn it, perfect it, craft it. Photoshop, that is a very hard one, and I'm currently learning.
Whew.
And
it
is. It's hard, but there's a lot that can be done with it.
Yes.
And with other things like Cricut was a big thing. A lot of people took some of their pandemic money and went out and bought a machine, a maker, and started making things. And then now a lot of people have given up on it. And it's not something that you learn overnight, or that you can just say, oh, it's hard, I quit. No, there's the possibilities, what you can do with crafting. It's endless.
Yeah.
So you just got to be willing to learn and just stay current.
Yeah.
With what, or make your own. Something, create something that you don't see a lot of other people making.
Yes.
So I've really got into it last couple months, and that's doing like wooden boards, masks, creating lash bags, all type of
I
little
love
things,
it.
just stuff,
Yes.
even specialty like personalized tissue paper.
Nice.
I was like, I want to do that. My next thing is I'm going to start personalizing gift bags.
Nice.
Stuff like
that's
that.
cute.
So I was like, I'm just trying to stay current.
Yeah.
Because you don't know who might need that product.
Yes.
Or not even current, just trying to be different.
Yeah.
Because being current is sometimes following that crowd.
Yeah.
And I just want to be in my own lane.
A lot of the times, the crowd doesn't even know what they want. Like, it changes with the wind, I promise. But, like, one thing I really admire, too, like, you do woodwork, and I don't see a lot of women doing that.
No.
It's usually all men. And I'm like, I love that so much because I am not one for the standards and the whole traditional stuff. So kudos to you because that's oh my goodness, it's not the easiest to learn at all. And I remember watching you were getting like certifications at your job. You were killing it, like.
I'm
Man,
a steel technician, so I work with chainsaws. So I don't just bake cookies.
Okay.
Everybody like, oh, what's the background behind this treat maker? I'm like, I'm an extreme couponer. I'm a steel technician. I am a mom first and foremost. A wife. I am all these things, but I have a passion for them all. So, Jane of all trades.
Okay, I like that.
Master none, but I am.
Sure, I'd rather be a Jane of all trades.
Absolutely. You just gotta be versatile. You just gotta wanna, have your hand in a little bit of everything, but don't get into too much at once.
Because that overwhelm is real.
Try and perfect what you're doing,
Yes.
and just go from there.
Yes.
Knowledge is power. The more you have, nobody can take that from you.
Yes. Yes.
You always have a stream of income when you start to dibble and dabble in a little bit of everything.
What's saying? Because I don't know how many times people would have called me a Jamaican or something like that. Because they're like, oh, I need somebody there. I'm like, I can do that. And they're like, you could do that? Okay, I could do that too. Like, so what don't you do? I'm like,
I don't know yet.
Right. But I bet you I can learn.
That's right. I will figure it out.
Yes. And speaking of like going into too many things at once, how do you manage overwhelm? Like,
sometimes I have to step back and I say, you know what? Okay, this month I'm only going to offer cookies, or this month we'll not do cookies and we'll switch and we'll do things like face masks, because it's starting to get cold out now, so you're going to see an increase or a want for that. Or I'll switch it up and be like, it's Thanksgiving coming up, or you just offer like pies or something like that. So you gotta be able to just switch it up. I even go back to offering bundles, my coupon bundles.
Yes.
So you switch it up, and you kind of keep yourself from getting burnt out with one thing.
Yeah.
Because if you get burnt out, then you're not gonna put your all into it.
Yeah.
So, and I like to put my all into something.
Yes.
Sometimes a little extra. I do. I like to do that. You just want to personalize and make things, that people really enjoy. And people like that personal touch.
Yes.
They want to feel like you actually, care. I'm not just a number or just this customer. I want to be personalized. So
I love it.
I gotta switch it up.
An example of that, my friend had got me a Christmas gift. It was a wine glass with my name on it. I stopped drinking out of all my other wine glasses, and I just drink that one because it's like, it's got my name on it.
Yes,
like, this is mine. And it just makes me feel happy. Like, and it's little stuff like that will make the biggest impact. And it's like, wow, okay. Like, and even like some gifts. A friend of mine, E, shout out E, hey girl. But for like my birthday, she gave me, she knows I'm into like astrology and things of that nature. So she got me like a moon child, and I'm a Cancer. So the moon child mug, and I drink all my tea out of that mug now. Like, and on full moons, I make sure I got my moon child mug, and I'm focused and everything. And I'm like, it's the little things.
Absolutely.
Like, you pay attention to what people love, and it makes such a huge difference.
Absolutely. And when you're in business and you do it, just following up with the customer,
Yes.
or sending, a lot of people don't do it, but making up like little thank you cards and
Yes.
sticking them in the bag to thank the customer for their purchase. Little stuff like that. Don't just stick your business card in there.
Right.
Because, a lot of people don't keep them.
Yeah, no.
Everything is social media now. So,
Yes.
but thank you cards, or even just sending a thank you text, or, a message. Even if you make them automated, it's still appreciated because it said, hey, you took time out your day to thank me or think about me.
Yes.
So,
That follow-up is real, and that follow-up will create recurrent customers.
That's right. Absolutely.
And it's all about building rapport.
That's
okay.
Right. Yes.
Listen. Oh, and then that's another thing. So we've known each other for so long because we worked in customer service together. So we are both customer service oriented. We are both very, very resourceful women.
Yes.
And we like research.
Yes.
So that is one thing. And she taught me how to extreme coupon, by the way. And oh my goodness, when I tell you my bundles were real, like she is literally very well versed in all of this stuff. So yes, I definitely appreciate everything I've learned from you thus far, by the way, because girl, you even put me on some stuff. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. So what are some ways you stay motivated?
Ooh, I have joined groups where there's other business women. One of them is called Business Women of Detroit. And these are all different women that own small businesses, be it somebody that's selling lashes, or somebody that has a food truck, or
Nice.
Realtors. There's an array of different business owners, all women. But there are other groups that I am in where there are men, women, and you post motivational things. You can talk about it, and say if you have a problem, and a lot of people can offer you resources or help or things that you might be doing wrong, or if somebody is looking for the service that you provide,
Nice.
then now you're in that group, Not only
fun.
that, being in groups, you have to have I guess a support system.
Yes.
To keep you grounded.
Yes.
And then you also got to go back to having self-time. You got to take that time out to have for yourself. And that's how I kind of stay level-headed and grounded,
I love it.
I read.
Yes.
I take time in the morning and get up and I'll jump on the trampoline while nobody
Nice.
else is awake.
Oh, that sounds so fun.
Have to balance. I'll just sit there 5 minutes and I'm just quiet,
Yes.
But I have a lot of different avenues or things where I turn to, or people that I can talk to or call. And sometimes you want to be like, you know what? I'm done.
Yeah.
I won't do this no more.
Okay.
And you just want to have that support system, or those people, even my children.
Nice.
Your cookies are really good. Your treats are so good. You can do this. And, and I'd be like, you know what? I can. Make
That's
that
what's up.
success.
Yeah.
But yes, you just gotta just reach out to people, because
Yes.
it's not easy, and be willing to be teachable.
Ooh.
Because if you are not willing to learn and be teachable, then honey, you do not need to be in business. It's not gonna work. Every day is a learning experience, and you should take it as that.
Yes.
You want to learn something new every day.
Yes.
That's my goal, and that's what I tell my kids. Learn something new every day. I don't care if it's a new word,
Yes.
anything new.
Mhm.
Just be teachable.
Yes.
That's
Yes.
my thing.
I would say, being in business, you gotta put your ego to the side, because if you don't, you are going to be alone and broke. Literally. It will last for a minute. Like, okay, you're successful, cool. But if you are a person who will not learn, you're going to plateau, because you have to continuously evolve. There is no way you could just stay still, especially in this technology age, and everything is just Like 1 minute, like Vine was the thing 1 minute, and next thing you know, it's gone. Now it's TikTok. Like,
it's like,
yes. And it's like, okay, I was just getting on one thing. Now it's this whole other platform, and I barely understand it, but I'm trying to stay up on it because if I'm older, if I'm one of those people like, I'm not getting on that, I cut myself off from a whole demographic and like a whole audience.
You don't know who your customers might be.
Exactly.
You know? It can be a 15-year-old, a 50-year-old.
Yes.
It can be you don't know, but you have to sometimes be willing to tailor your business to fit different customers. You can't cater to just one customer.
Yes.
You cannot.
Yes.
You can't. If you do, then business will be slow.
Yeah.
You want to be able to cater to everybody.
Yes. And that's one thing that I found it hard because I was trying to write a business plan for being an influencer and a YouTuber. But what I've noticed is, in writing a business plan, you have to say who your demographic is. And I'm like, who is my demographic? Like, I know I usually target women in between anywhere from like 18 to like 40, honestly. And I'm like, but now I'm starting to get males who pay attention as well. And it's like, we're all kind of on the same journey. Like, so just everybody 18 to 40, or now I'm getting older audiences looking at my YouTube insights, and it's like, I'm getting older people looking in here. Like, so is it 18 to 50? Like,
don't even have an age cap on it.
Yeah.
You can have it general, 18 to 70. You just don't know. There's a lot of older people that can use TikTok better than me.
Okay.
That can use and maneuver through Facebook and, these apps and things better than people that are in their 30s or 40s. And it's all a learning experience.
Yes. And I'm just trying to find my way. And that's why I wanted to highlight entrepreneurs like yourself, because it's like, I think we're all just trying to find our way. Like, I had this whole vision in my head when I hit 25. I'm going to be traveling the world. I'm going to have my big house. I'm going to have a couple cars, all this stuff. And then here I am 31 now. Like, I'm just realizing who I am. Literally. Like, and it's like, okay, so I know I'm not the only one feeling like this. So it's like, why not? And then if I hit a younger audience, why not give them the insights of what I'm just figuring out at 30? So maybe they can figure it out way earlier and figure out their success. So like, that's how this whole little thing evolved, because it's a lot.
Listen, I am 37 and I am ready to make a career change, not just my business, because like I said, I love what I do now. Mm-hmm. I just love to make people happy. I think that's my thing. And believe it or not, I'm like still trying to figure out like what I want to do. Yeah, I have a career as a manager, but I want to help people further. So now I'm looking at what's my next venture.
Nice.
Don't stop going to school either if you can, or trade or taking courses to, I guess, help better yourself.
Yes.
Because I don't know yet, but I know my calling is to help people. I'm like, and I don't know where, but the universe, something's gonna tell me what to do.
Yes.
I just don't know yet. And for the time being, I'm going to keep, my treat business, and I'm going to keep managing. And when it's time to stop, I'm going to know it. I'm going to stop, but for the time being, you ride that journey wherever life is taking you, and you just learn as much as you can, while you're doing it. I'm telling you, because you can be 50 and just career change.
Yes.
People stay at jobs 30 years and that job might close, and now because that's all you know, or you don't have enough skill sets to do other things, or now you're just stuck. And
that's a terrible feeling.
I can't.
That is a terrible feeling.
Absolutely.
Like, especially with like a lot of these customer service jobs too, where technology is starting to take over and take people's jobs. It's like, they are displaced in the community because it's like, where do I go? This is all I know. And I don't know how to do anything else. So now I'm going back to school and I'm extra grown, or that takes time to get a degree. So like, now what? And that's why I feel like I have a genuine passion for learning and researching as well. But it's also kind of like a survival instinct, because it's like, you have to know this stuff. You have to know this stuff, because if you are not adaptable, you are going to get left in the dust.
And you do not want to be left.
Okay.
Because it is just changing right before our eyes. It is everything. So, yeah.
Yes. And another thing I wanted to get on, the fact that you say you have quiet time in the morning, even if it's for 5 minutes. That is so important. Oh, my goodness. So important. I realize, like, I'll fall in and out of meditation. Sessions of meditation. So I get in a groove and I'll go for like months and I'll meditate, and then I'll just fall off. And when I fall off, I realize it, like, oh, I am not together. When I fall off, I can feel it when I don't meditate, because my patience is out of here. And I feel frazzled by the smallest things.
Yeah.
But when I meditate and I'm on a roll with meditation, oh my goodness, it's like my higher self can talk and be like, hey, chill out. It's not worth it. Let's sit down. Let's think about this. Yeah, how do you feel like we can strategize? Does this serve you? It doesn't? Let it go. Yeah. Like, because that's one of the most important questions I have had in my mental. Does this serve you? And if not, let it go.
That is a good one.
Because
start doing that every day. You know what? Like, it's not worth it. Does this, what purpose is this serving me? So, and if it's not, let it go.
Yes.
People, things, jobs, you know?
Yes.
Absolutely. You got to know when to walk away. You do. Even with having a business, you know, some people, they get depressed and they're like, well, you know, I have to stop. Like, during this year, you know, we had gotten into an accident. I had to stop for about a month and a half. I'm like, I can't do anything. I can't make deliveries. I don't want to bake. I don't want to. And you know what? You pick yourself up and you can rebrand. You can reinvent yourself. And then you just pick back up where you left off.
Yes.
You know, you just got to be willing to get back on. But even 5 minutes, that's it.
Yes.
Sometimes you meditate and you don't even know you're doing it.
Yes.
You just sit there.
Yes.
Zone everything out. The kids, the phones.
Yes.
Take time away from technology, you know. Even though technology is everything. We're glued to our phones.
Yes.
The television.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes you have to take that time and no
unplug.
phone time.
Yes.
Let's unplug absolutely from everything.
Yes.
Yeah.
And I tend to, I've started, I say since this pandemic, I've really started loving the outdoors. I was not an outdoors person before. Like, I'm a summer person, but then when them bugs come out and all that stuff, oh no, I am over it. But like, lately I have been outside taking my shoes off in the grass and grounding myself. I've always been like a barefoot type of person, but it's like being intentional about it. And like, now I'm working part-time, so in the mornings I'm free. So I would go to the beach and meditate on the beach in the mornings. When I tell you, I felt so much better. And I'm like, being out in nature makes me feel better.
Absolutely.
Like, it is healing, truly. And I'm like, dang, I want to go camping and stuff now. Like, this
fun.
Yeah, like, I was never that type of person. And I'm like, okay, I'm just learning all types of new stuff. I like this.
It is fun.
So yes, unplugging has just given me, and then I get all my best ideas when I'm by myself.
That's right. Yeah, you have to clear your mind.
Yes. And so, and then another thing I wanted to speak on that you said and expand on, the career change. Because one thing I've noticed is that people let their time loyalty push them into something that they know is not right for them. But because they've had so much time put into it, they just keep going. And it's like, don't let your loyalty to the past be your detriment in the future. Like, you've done your time. You've learned whatever you can learn from there. If it does not serve you anymore, go. Because
she's speaking to me, y'all. I think this might be my cue right here, because I've been trying to make this exit from the career that I'm in, and you know, you're there. You're like, I've been here 9 years, 8 years. I'm good, and you're loyal.
Yes.
But you're loyal to who?
Exactly.
That company, but are you really happy?
Right.
No.
And at the end of the day, like, we all know when we're happy and when we're not. Like, truly, we may be in denial about it. Yeah, for sure. But in our heart of hearts, we know when we're unhappy. And I found, like, even when you put yourself, when you're in tune with whoever you believe in up above, if you do believe, or your spirituality, or the universe, or whatever, whoever, when you're in tune with your higher self, things will start making its way for you. It'll force you into situations that you didn't want to be in, but you need to be in. Because, like, even with my old job, I worked at a preschool, and I felt too comfortable because I found out I was really good at it. And I'm like, okay, so I went and got a part-time job or whatnot. And I'm like, I'm going to still stay here because I love the families and I love the babies and yada, yada. And I was talking to my therapist, and my therapist was like, but is this a part of your long-term goal and your plan? And I'm like, no, but I love it and I'm good at it. So maybe, I can add it as a pit stop. She's like, you wasting your time. Like, you need to leave. And I'm like, okay, I'll think about it. And then all of this drama happened at my job. And then I ended up getting let go. And I'm like, well, I got pushed out of it.
You either get pushed out or you get so uncomfortable. The universe will give you those signs.
Yes.
And you start to feel different. You, like you said, when it's time. And I'm telling y'all, this message is for me. This is for me to be able to step out there and really go full time with my business, instead of investing so much of my time and my energy into somebody else's business. Yes. Making them rich, giving my customer service, my experience and all what I have to them.
Yes.
When making their customers happy when they can be my customers.
Okay. Because that is a real rare skill set these days.
Customer service is it's like a thing of the past.
Okay.
A lot of people don't have it, and it's something that if you are going to have a business, if you're thinking about starting a business, you have to have customer service skills.
And that's actually one of my side businesses that I recently started up, is teaching employees of small businesses customer service. So it's just been like, okay, y'all need this, because when I go some places, I'm like, you guys have a good product, you guys got good food, or whatever the case may be, or good services besides the customer service. That's the only thing. And at this point, life and businesses are so competitive. That customer service will be what takes you over the edge.
Absolutely.
And gets you the customer.
Absolutely.
And then when word of mouth spreads, everybody gonna be over flocking to you. So it's like,
absolutely.
So yes, that's very important. So if you guys have a small business in the Metro Detroit area and would like somebody to train your people, hello.
Yes.
And if y'all want some treats, listen, because I'm gonna have videos and stuff too, so y'all can actually get a closer view. But look at this craftsmanship. Like, she takes her craftsmanship and puts it into the treats. Like, I love it, and she's a perfectionist as well. So that's But yes, is there any advice that you have for anybody looking to start a business, looking to get into the treats business specifically too, or just in general, being a mom and working full time, and any kind of advice?
There's so much that you can do. There's so much advice I have that I can give. Some of it I would say, because in Michigan, because this is where we're at, a lot of people during the pandemic went towards opening up a business, and the market got really saturated with certain types of businesses. Be it a treat business, you'll see a lot of them out there, and you have to figure out ways to set yourself aside from others, and that goes back to customer service. A lot of these businesses, they have a good product, presentation might be great, but do you have good customer service skills? How are you interacting and responding with these customers, that will set you aside. Because right now, that's what we're experiencing. The market is saturated.
Yes.
There's a lot of treat makers. There's a lot of crafts makers, but you got to offer something different.
Yeah.
And you have to offer that customer service. If you are looking to start a business and you're not sure, just sit down, start brainstorming, talk with other people that have that same business that you're looking to get into, and just do it. Because how do you know if the business is going to work out if you don't try it?
Yes.
Yeah, you might fail, but that's okay, And I say, and business and in life in general, get around people that are doing better than you, that are higher than you.
Yes.
That where you're trying to be at, because it's going to force you to either go up or you're just going to left.
Okay. Yes.
You want to be around those positive people that are literally higher and better than you. Learn from them.
Yes.
You just, it's a lot.
Too many people get intimidated by that.
Yeah.
And it's like, why? You want to be the best person in every group that you're in? Like, that is not okay. Like, you can't grow that way. If you're the smartest person, you always feel like there's nothing to learn.
Exactly. But be in a room with a bunch of people that are, really good with the stock market, because I'm still down here and I'm learning.
Same.
Or that are higher, on their business journey, that may have a brick and mortar.
Yes.
And I'm still in my house and it's like, oh my goodness, I'm out of space. That's okay. It takes time.
Yes.
Technically, it takes about 5 years for a business to actually start to see any revenue, any of that. It takes time. Yeah, when you start, and then when you start to see that money start to roll in, or your business starts to go up, remain humble. A lot of people get the big head and they do not remain humble.
Yes.
They don't.
At all.
You just gotta remain humble.
Yes, the bragging on the internet for me, and like you ask them a question, they give you like a stank.
Yeah.
And it's like, it was actually a friend of mine were having a conversation, and she was talking about these women summits that she would go to, and it's like all these women are here on a pedestal, and then they're talking at you, and then it makes some of the women who attend like, I don't fit in here, like there's nothing that I can do here, because y'all are all the way up here and y'all are talking down on the stuff that I do or have to do, and it's like, work with people where they're at, like
meet them where they're at.
Yes.
That's right. Absolutely.
It's like, people are so judgmental nowadays, and then like, and also people get offended easily nowadays too, but it's like, we both got to come to a balance and find each other, because all of us are trying to find our way.
That's right.
Even the successful people, they found their way, and they're going to keep doing it, and then they try to expand and grow from there.
That's right.
But like, none of us know what we're doing. There's no manual on this thing called life. There's no manual on entrepreneurship, for sure. There's no manual on parenting, any of this stuff. I mean, there are books on it, but those are only strong suggestions and whatnot. Like,
each child is different.
Yes.
You got to tailor your parenting style to fit that child. I have two. I cannot parent the one child the way that I parent the other, because I found that does not work. And that being a manager too now, I have to be able to tailor my management style to each employee. Everybody brings something different to the table.
Yes.
And I have to be able to figure out and tap into, what does this person bring? And I let them know, you are really good at that.
Yes.
That's what I bring out in them, and I kind of lean to them to do that, and then somebody else does something good, and and it all comes together.
Yes.
And that's what makes a successful workplace.
Yes.
Use that in your business too.
Okay. Yes. And as you can see, this craftsmanship, she takes it in her management style as well, because you can't just tell people what they do wrong all the time. That is terrible and discouraging as hell. All of your, like, I've been an employee who's been told everything that I do wrong, and it's like, so why am I here? What do I do right?
Or
like,
show me.
Exactly.
Let's all do it together.
Yes.
Place a bet with the newbie, or you do it.
Yes.
Me as a manager, I do not tell my staff to do anything that I am not willing to do.
I love it.
I ring on the register.
Yes.
I clean toilets. I do everything because, and I have to know how to do everything. There's lots of managers, there's lots of business owners that expect for their staff and employees to be able to do things, but you can't do it. You know, so get out there, be able to get your hands dirty and learn, because people thrive off of that, and they're like, well, you know, my manager is not just, she's not bossy, or she's not just a manager, she's down here and she's doing it. And I get it all the time. I thought you were a manager. I am. I'm ringing you up. You
right.
know? I'm like, waiting this long time. We're going to get y'all in and out of here. You know, that's what you want, you know. So you just want to be able to be versatile. That's
And I found that motivation works from a top-down approach. You can't be like, oh, I'm going to just sit here in my office, or I'm top dog, I'm not going to do this and that, and then expect people and boss people around and expect them to do what you need them to do, and then have the same kind of passion that you have for your business. No, if you want people to rally behind you and really be passionate about it, because you can find people, not everybody is meant to own a business. Not everybody wants to own a business. That's a lot of work. So you want to find people who align with your cause, and that who can help your cause and will be happy to be in that position. But you have to build them up as well, and you have to show them, this is how I operate. I do everything. I put my heart and soul into this. And then they're going to see that and feel inspired and be like, well, if the boss does it, I'm going to do it too. And then they train the next person to do it that way, and then it just falls and trickles on down everywhere.
Absolutely. Yes.
But yeah. This was a good combo.
Yes. We got into everything, real life stuff.
Yes.
Because having a business is real life. A lot of people don't see the behind the scenes of operating a business. The sleepless nights, the crying, you know, sometimes you don't have all of this, the deadlines, the family. You know, you have to factor all that in, and a lot of times people, you know, they just see a business, but it's a small business, so it is still a little different. There's somebody behind that small business, and when you buy from a small business, and I know everybody has heard it before, you are not just funding somebody's trip or something. Right. You know, you're doing something to help these people. It can be saving for college education for a child, you know, anything like that, but you are supporting something big. Yes. Even though it is small. It's going to be big one day, so you are. But yes, be kind. Small businesses mess up. Yes. They'll go to Walmart and they'll mess up, or you'll go to Chili's or something and they mess your food up, and you'll give them a chance. But with the small business, they degrade them. Yes. You know, they bring them down here, and a lot of people quit because of that. Yes. People make mistakes, you know. Especially on social media. I will say, like, an example of that, I used to drop ship jewelry. And so I had an incident where I wanted to hurry up. I saw the jewelry, the picture, and I was like, okay, I don't want to wait to sell this until I get it. I'm just going to get it straight drop shipped to the customer. And so I did it, and the customer wasn't satisfied with the product. And so they're like, this is kind of cheaply made, blah, blah, blah. And then they went on my business page and started disparaging me. And so when I tell you, within 3 minutes, I was in that comments like, hello, I'm going to inbox you right now. Let's resolve this, blah, 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 blah. And then I sent them a message. I sent them free product. Absolutely. And then it was something of way better quality that I had already experienced. And they deleted their comment and then went back and made another comment like, oh my gosh, she was on it, yada, yada, yada. And I'm like, thank you, because... Yes. Ooh, Lord. Yes. Like, people read those comments and those reviews like, no, I'm good. And it's so, like, the judgment is so real with small businesses. It can make like, or break a business, you know? And that goes, you deliver exceptional customer service. Thank you. And that it turned that customer negative into a positive. Yes, that's the goal. You know, you can't make everybody happy though. You will get some that won't be happy, but that's okay. You know. Yes, you learn from it. You do, and move on. That's right. And also, one other thing that I wanted to speak on before we close out is funding, because sometimes lack of funding
can ooh, extremely discouraging. But what you have to do is work with what you have, because that's all we can do.
Absolutely.
And then be resourceful for sure, because there are always programs that are willing to help small business owners.
Yes.
And find out how to register yourself with the state. Find out how to get yourself, like I am a certified Black owned or minority owned, woman owned business in the state system in SAM. And then if you're in SAM, you can get government grants. So like learn what you can qualify for and apply. Because if you learn, you're like, oh, I don't qualify that, and you don't apply, then what did you just sign up for? Like there's no purpose. Find that, because you can get some funding and you will be like, I didn't even think I could have ever gotten that, but you did. And then that could be your catalyst to really push you into straight success. And then when you start seeing profits, invest back in yourself and your business. Don't just splurge money on whatever.
And your community.
Yes, for sure, your community. But yeah, I think that's about it.
Yes. Thank you.
Thank you for coming.
Everybody.
Thank you for watching. And until next time, y'all. Ciao. Thank you for watching Interviews of Alchemy with Teke, owner of Teke Street Corner and more. Make sure that you follow her on all her socials located in the description box below and place an order. Her treats are fire. What was your favorite takeaway from this interview? Make sure you comment below and let us know, so that we can, kind of expound on those conversational topics and whatnot a little more in our future videos. Don't forget to like, share, and hit that notification bell to be notified for all our future drops. Y'all have a good one. Ciao.